Imagine a wolf, but bigger, a lot bigger. A bone-crushing giant that ruled the Ice Age Americas. For many of us, this is the dire wolf from pop culture, a monstrous, almost mythical beast. But what if I told you the real dire wolf was even more surprising, because it wasn't a wolf at all? What we thought we knew about this legendary predator was turned upside down by a single, groundbreaking discovery, revealing a story far stranger and more mysterious than any fiction. And that story might not end with extinction. For over a century, we pictured the dire wolf as the gray wolf's bigger, meaner cousin. Its fossils, pulled by the thousands from places like the La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles, painted a picture of a truly formidable predator. They lived during the late Pleistocene, a time when North America was home to giants, mammoths, mastodons, and saber-toothed cats. In this world of megafauna, the dire wolf, whose new name Enoceandirus translates to terrible wolf, was an apex hunter, a symbol of Ice Age power. For decades, scientists placed it comfortably in the Canis genus, the same family as our modern dogs and wolves, assuming it was just another branch on the family tree. But science is a story that's constantly being rewritten, and in 2021, a stunning revelation forced us to tear out the entire chapter we thought we had written on the dire wolf. The twist came from deep within the bones. For years, scientists struggled to get usable DNA from dire wolf fossils. The sticky asphalt from the tar pits that perfectly preserved the bones also contaminated the organic material inside. But in 2021, a team of researchers led by paleontologist Dr. Angela Perry finally hit the jackpot. They managed to sequence the nuclear DNA from 5 direwolf fossils, some dating back more than 50 years. And what they found was shocking. The direwolf was not closely related to the gray wolf. In fact, its lineage had split from the ancestors of gray wolves nearly 6 million years ago. This means the dire wolf belonged to an entirely separate, ancient line of canids that evolved exclusively in the Americas. Its striking resemblance to the gray wolf wasn't a sign of close kinship, but a breathtaking example of convergent evolution where two unrelated species independently develop similar traits to adapt to similar lives. This genetic bombshell was so huge that it led scientists to bring back a genus name first proposed way back in 1918, Enocean. The dire wolf was officially no longer Canis dirus, but Enoceandirus. It was a wolf imposter, a ghost lineage that had been hiding in plain sight. The genetic analysis also revealed another crucial detail. There was no evidence that dire wolves and gray wolves ever interbred. They lived side by side for thousands of years, but their evolutionary paths were so distinct they were reproductively isolated, remaining two separate competing species. So, if it wasn't a true wolf, what was Enoceandirus like? The fossils tell a story of immense power and specialization. Let's talk size and strength. The dire wolf was, on average, similar in size to the largest gray wolves alive today, but it was built like a tank, weighing between 130 and 150 pounds on average. It was far more robust and stocky, with a broader chest and powerful legs. Think of it less like a long-distance runner and more like a heavyweight brawler, built for grappling with enormous prey. And its bite was in another league. The dire wolf's skull was massive, with a wider palate and a pronounced sagittal crest, a ridge of bone that anchored huge jaw muscles. Its teeth were larger and its bite force was significantly stronger than a gray wolf's. This wasn't a jaw for neatly slicing flesh. It was a biological nutcracker, designed to crush bone. This allowed the dire wolf to get to the nutritious marrow inside skeletons, a huge advantage in a highly competitive world. Dire wolves were social predators, likely hunting in large packs. This cooperation was essential. as their dinner menu consisted of some of the toughest animals of the Ice Age. Isotope analysis shows they preyed on mega herbivores like ancient bison, western horses and camels, and maybe even juvenile mastodons. Taking down prey that could weigh over 1,000 pounds required teamwork, strategy, and overwhelming force. Their world spanned the Americas, dominating grasslands and forests across North America, with some evidence suggesting they reached parts of South America as well. They were incredibly successful for tens of thousands of years. But their greatest strength, their specialization in hunting giant prey, would ultimately become their fatal weakness.
Before we get into the mystery of their disappearance, if you're enjoying this journey into the lost world of the Ice Age,
make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our future explorations into prehistoric life. If the dire wolf was so powerful, where did it go? Its extinction, which happened around 10,000 years ago, was swift and puzzling. It vanished, along with about 65% of the other large megafauna, in an event known as the Quaternary Extinction event. Scientists believe a perfect storm of factors led to its downfall. The primary cause was likely the end of the Ice Age. As the climate warmed, the vast, cold grasslands that supported huge herds of herbivores began to change. This led to the decline and eventual extinction of the dire wolf's main food sources. The giant bison, the horses, and the ground sloths all disappeared, leaving the dire wolf's specialized pantry completely empty. Its own biology worked against it. That heavy, brawny build and bone-crushing bite were perfect for megafauna, but they made the dire wolf less efficient at hunting smaller, quicker animals. In this new, warmer world, another canid proved to be the master of adaptation: the gray wolf. Gray wolves were lighter, faster, and more versatile hunters. They could survive on everything from large elk to small rabbits. As the dire wolf's food vanished, the adaptable gray wolf thrived, outcompeting its more specialized cousin. The age of giants was over, and the dire wolf, a specialist in a world that now demanded generalists, simply couldn't keep up. For 10,000 years, the dire wolf's story was over, but in a twist worthy of science fiction, that might not be the final chapter. The rise of genetic engineering has led to a bold and controversial new field: de-extinction. Recently, the biotechnology company Colossal Biosciences announced its ambitious project to bring back a version of the dire wolf. Now, to be clear, this isn't cloning in the traditional sense. With no living tissue, scientists can't create an exact replica. Instead, their approach is gene editing. By comparing the ancient dire wolf genome to that of the gray wolf, they identified key genes responsible for dire wolf traits. The goal is to edit the DNA of a gray wolf to express these ancient traits, like a stockier build and a more powerful jaw, to create a proxy animal that looks and acts like a dire wolf. This work has already been met with both excitement and heavy skepticism. Some scientists argue that these genetically engineered animals are not true dire wolves, but hybrids, gray wolves with some dire wolf-like features. Critics also correctly point out that you can't replicate 10,000 years of lost instinct and behavior. While Colossal has announced the birth of pups with these edited genes, the scientific community is still debating what to even call them. It's also important to distinguish this from other efforts, like the Dire Wolf Project, which is a domestic dog breeding program. That project aims to create a large, gentle companion dog that simply looks like a dire wolf, but it uses no wolf DNA whatsoever. Colossal's project is something else entirely, a true attempt to resurrect an echo of a lost species. This raises some profound ethical questions. Should we bring back extinct animals? And what is our responsibility to them if we do? The dire wolf is a creature of immense fascination. It was a phantom wolf, an evolutionary ghost that looked the part but walked a completely different path. It was a bone-shattering titan of the Ice Age, a hyper-specialized predator that ruled a world of giants. Its story is a dramatic lesson in the unforgiving nature of evolution, where the inability to adapt means disappearing forever. Now, it stands as a symbol of a new scientific frontier, a test case for one of the most ambitious and controversial ideas of our time. The journey of the dire wolf, from mythical beast to misunderstood canid, and now to a potential pioneer of de-extinction, forces us to look at our own role on this planet.
What do you think about de-extinction? Is it a powerful tool for conservation, or are there lines we shouldn't cross?
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to keep exploring the biggest questions from our planet's past and future, don't forget to subscribe.
Thanks for watching.